I used to think the scariest thing about living alone was the silence. I was wrong. The scariest thing is realizing the silence was never really silent. This happened about 2 years ago. I was 24 and I had just moved into a small rental house in a quiet suburb outside of Columbus, Ohio. Nothing special about it. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a tiny backyard with a chain link fence. The previous tenant had left in a hurry, so the rent was cheap. At the time, I thought I was lucky. I worked as a dental hygienist, so my schedule was predictable. I left around 7:30 in the morning and got home around 5. I made dinner, watched Netflix, scrolled on my phone and went to bed by 10. Every day was the same. Quiet, boring, safe. The first strange thing happened about 3 weeks after I moved in. My milk was running out too fast. I stood in front of my fridge one night staring at the empty carton, thinking, didn't I just buy this? I brushed it off. Maybe I was drinking more than usual. Stress, new routines. Then it was the bread. A loaf I barely touched was suddenly half gone. That is when I started wondering if something was wrong with me. I Googled it. Can you eat in your sleep without knowing? I remember feeling stupid after typing that. But I honestly did not have another explanation. About a month in, the noises started. Always at night. Soft creaking sounds above my bedroom ceiling. Slow, careful, like footsteps. At first I blamed the house. Old buildings make noise. Pipes expand, wood shifts. Maybe squirrels had gotten into the attic. That is what I told myself. But every time I focused on the sound, it stopped. Like whatever was up there knew I was listening. I started locking my bedroom door before going to sleep. One night I woke up around 2 in the morning and something felt wrong. The room felt heavier, warmer, like the air was not moving. I did not move. I just stared at the ceiling, and that is when I heard it, breathing slow, controlled, right above my bed. Not mine. I lay there for almost an hour, frozen, convincing myself I was imagining it. I had to. I told my mom about it.
What
She
is
said
it?
I was just
Oh
anxious.
no. Is she okay?
My friend Kayla
Okay,
laughed
I'm on
and
my
said,
way.
old houses are creepy. Relax. And honestly, I wanted to believe them. Then things started moving. My phone charger would be on the other side of the nightstand. A kitchen chair would be pulled out when I knew I had pushed it in. Cabinet doors were open that I was sure I had closed.
I think someone's
One
out
night
there.
I came home and found my bedroom
Hello?
door slightly
Is
open.
anyone there?
I always closed it. Always. After that, I started taking pictures of my house every morning before work. Counters, cabinets, doors, everything, just to prove I was not losing my mind. One morning I photographed the kitchen cabinet closed. That evening it was open. Same cabinet, same angle, no explanation. That night I did not sleep. I sat on my couch with every light on, holding a kitchen knife in my lap, listening, waiting around. 3 in the morning I heard something fall in the ceiling, right above my bedroom. A soft thud, like someone had shifted their weight. That was when I knew I was not alone. The next day I called my landlord and asked about the attic. He told me there was a hatch in the hallway closet, but no one had been up there in years. After I hung up, stood there staring at the closet door. I did not want to open it, but I could not ignore it anymore. I got a
think
flashlight
someone's
and a
out
stepladder from the garage. My hands were
Hello?
shaking so
Is
badly I
anyone
almost
there?
dropped them. When I pushed the hatch open, the smell hit me first. Stale sweat, old clothes, human. I nearly threw up. I shined the flashlight inside. The insulation had been pushed aside. There was a narrow path through it, like someone had been crawling back and forth. At the far end near the vent above my bedroom, I saw a nest of blankets, empty food wrappers, a plastic bottle filled with yellow liquid, and taped to the beam was a small mirror, angled downward, pointing directly at my bed. I dropped the flashlight. I fell off the ladder. I do not remember calling the police. I just remember sitting on my front porch, shaking, waiting. They found him under the house, hiding in the crawl space, a man in his 40s, dirty, thin, unshaven. He did not fight. He did not speak. He just stared at me, calm, curious, like I was the strange one. The officers told me he had probably been living there for at least 6 weeks. They found a hole in my closet ceiling covered with cardboard. He had a perfect view of my bed, of me sleeping every night. I moved out that same night, left almost everything behind. I stayed with Kayla for 2 months. I still cannot sleep in complete darkness. I check every door, every closet, every lock, sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times. People ask me if I am okay now. I always say yes, because it is easier than telling the truth. That I still hear creaking at night. That I wake up sometimes convinced someone is standing in my room, watching. The worst part is not what he did. It is how long he was there before I noticed how many nights I slept while he watched me. How close he was, and how I never knew. I thought I was alone in that house. I never was.